Hey everyone, so this video is basically the dream that I had last night. It felt very real. It did not feel like a dream. It felt much longer than what I would guess it was. And I just tried to write down as much as I could. When I woke up, I just started typing it up on the computer. And today I just tried to make sense of what it was. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be reading that to you, what I just recorded of what was written down, and then I'll come back and talk about it a little bit more. So I woke last night about 3:33 in the morning, and it just felt so real. I wanted to just get up. I had to get on the computer, and I just opened up Word. I started typing what I can remember at the moment. It was so real. I just had to write everything down immediately. And to me, this is like titled Awaken from the Dream. The truth of all things, when all realize this is not the end, just an experience. A place to visit. You lose your memory. This is why many have anxiety, fear, the unknown. As we step into our purpose, we start to awaken. We are limitless and can do anything. We just need to manifest, believe it. This is just one bubble in creation, where each bubble is a different creation of experience. This one you enter with no memory of your past and who you are. So I'm just going to talk on this just a little bit. Picture when you look up at the stars and you see the different lights. If you were to see that from the other side, you would see it from, this is how I saw it anyway. It was just like a plane of existence with all different, almost like firmaments. And you can go around and you can choose anyone that you wanted to go into. So that's kind of what that was, the bubble of experience. You are you and always will be you. Part of source, but unique in who you are, and this never changes. In each lifetime experience, your soul doesn't change. The essence of you will always be you in every lifetime, as you are a unique part of God, and that's never taken away, even in the whole. All things spoken of, Atlantis, Lemuria, Tartaria, the giants, all told as fiction, is real. We are entering a time where all will be known to all. Everything will become common knowledge. Heaven on earth returns. We are all God's spark. We are our own source. Know you are limitless. In order to be free, we must change the constructs of this realm to eliminate the things holding us back. We cannot have division, people. You are the creator. You are creation. Unlimited power and experience. The light body is the true body. The 3D is the illusion. A method to the means. Eliminate fear. It is the one thing that can trap you in this realm. In other words, your soul can never be taken by anyone else. You can only let it be coerced into doing something that you don't want to do by lack of knowledge. No one can actually do something to you or take it away. You would have to give it up with free will. His story has been told. In other words, history is just the story of someone else. Not the true story, but the distorted fear-based stories to empower the few and traps most of the masses. All will be revealed. When revealed, the masses awaken. There will be no disease, no pain. A return to heaven on earth, as it was before. We are and have always been God's source creator, all energy, frequency, vibration. We all resonate at our own resonance tone. This is what makes us unique. We all can instantly create the heaven we want right now, only through truth and awakening. being your authentic self, which is an expression of self-love. Can this be obtained? All told is a lie, manipulated, controlled to be fearful. Then last was the number 13. The number 13 is not what is thought. It is not bad. 13, the apostles plus Christ, the 12 plus the 1 makes 13. The different cycles are all based upon 13 months. So that's why like a woman's, let's say menstrual cycle is every 28 days, because that's how many days there actually are in a month. Moon cycles, all of that. Again, to put all out of alignment, 13 is 12 levels of heaven plus heaven on earth. So that would be the 13 levels of heaven. Each of these heavenly realms holds different realities. So this is like an example is one layer would be like where the ETs come in. That would be one layer of existence of heaven. Another, the outer realms, other light entities. Just an example, it's hard to translate that, but each is its own heaven, its own existence, in its own dimension. Awaken from the controlled world that you are trapped in. Be free, be love, awaken. So that is pretty much what it was, what came to me. And I just wanted to bring that out to you. And so now I'm going to go back. I may continue talking on this also. Love you all. So out of this dream state reality, 3 things really stood out to me. One was the soul and how we are so unique, each one of us, and how we all resonate at a different frequency, a different light, a different vibration, unique in its own. Yet a source or a spark of source, God creation, but yet unique. And it always will be that way in every reality that you are in. You never lose sense of who you are. You are always you. It doesn't change when you go to the next life, to the life after, to the life after. Just your growth in soul and experience. But who you are never changes. You never lose that. So that I found very interesting. And people that fear the passing or the crossing over should never fear this. Because another thing with this is the illusion. This is not the reality. The soul essence is the reality. It's all backwards. What we think is the illusion is real. And what we think is real is actually the illusion. It is meant to be that way so that you have free will and growth in the lifetime that you choose to come back, and to fulfill the jobs that you wanted to fulfill, the contracts, the learning, all of that. And you never lose who you are in that unique soul experience. The second thing was how I actually saw everything. So with this, it was like I was just riding, and the story was being told to me. Yet I did not hear a voice. I did not see anything with me, but it was happening. It was like it was just going into my mind. It was being told to my mind as I was traveling through all these things. There is more that I can't remember. That you ever get that where you know there's something else. You even remember there was something else, but you can't remember what it is. And this is kind of like what happens with when I see light codes and that. I don't always get it right away. It takes time. So there is more to this. But with the second portion of this, which was how I saw where we are. and what else there is. So when you look up into what I would call the fishbowl, the firmament, you see your stars, your planets. You see all these stars all over the place. What you're looking up at is a reflection of the different firmaments that are actually in place, different portals of dimension to go to, different realities. Because when you can flip it and you see it from the other side, which is what I was going over and seeing, it was an infinite outward going of all these different bubbles, all these different firmaments, each with its own reality, each with its own experience. And in this particular one, when you come back, you don't remember everything. You come back here, you have your plan all set, you know what you want to do, you're all gung-ho to go, but as soon as you come through, it's all stripped away. And as you evolve in this reality, which is it isn't, it's actually the illusion, you lose that. It's taken away. And in some cases, people will recover it and they will remember past lives or portions of Akasha, all of that. But in most cases, it's no. And it's a journey, it's an experience, it's a learning, it's what makes all unique. So with this, from the other side, like I said, it's like shopping in a store and you have $1 million and everything's $1. And like, you don't know which one you want to buy first. It's when I was on seeing from that side, it's like, do I want this reality? Do I go here? Do I want this? Do I want to experience this? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? And they all jump in and out of one another. That was like the coolest thing from what I can remember, like seeing that, but it was also mind blowing. So it's kind of like reality stretches out forever with infinite realities within it. It was pretty cool. So it was an experience of like seeing. So in other words, if you would have go and able to pass through a star, you would be on the other side of that, and then you could go through another one and go back into another reality that way. It's like kind of how I was seeing it. Kind of like how they would depict jumping through time, jumping through dimensions in some of these movies that you see, even as they go through the light, the tunnel, and they come out. It would be kind of the same as that. The third was the number 13, which I found very interesting because that's the Christ and the apostles as depicted in the Bible. Because you have to remember something too, that everything has been rewritten. Everything has been tampered with. It's a reason why they call it his story. Because there is the few that through magic, all this satanic ritual crap, this 1% that understood all this and managed to take all the true essence of each person coming here, the spirituality, away. And they put it in a system where you're never free. You cannot be free in this construct the way it is right now. In order to be free, you have to break from the constructs of what it is now, money, all of that. You need to break free of it to free yourself, to free your soul, free your spirit in this physical being, which can be done and which will be done as truth comes into play more and the masses awaken. Once that happens, everything will shift. The spiritual growth and the growth of each person will come back. So that was like the Christ, the apostles, the different cycles, the different moon cycles, the different body cycles, all that stuff. It's based on 28 days, moon cycle, all of that. And they messed with that too, because they have to change everything to mess with the alignment, to mess with reality, to keep it always in a state of question and fear. So that's the only way they have control. So I found that very interesting too. that, like I said, there was more to this in this dream, whatever it was. It felt so much longer than what it was. I'm telling you, to me, when I got up and I just started writing, it felt like I was gone all day and I was on this journey and I came back. But yet, how long is a dream? It's this one. That's how I know like certain things aren't what they seem. It wasn't like a dream. But those three things really stood out to me. So, like I said, there was more to this, but I don't remember. I really don't. So maybe in time I will get more with this or something else will happen. But it just felt so real that I just wanted to read out what I wrote before and just discuss a little bit more on what I experienced and what I'm feeling. So I love you all. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Namaste.